The camera is flying in, the player is hopefully ready as we see Exo Danny going in, and Strut is to complete different style of base, diamond base as it is, with 2 spare towers close by, and the Queen under a lot of firepower early on.
Yeah, gonna keep the healers safe though. The healers are not taking any damage right there. Went right in the safe zone between the multi-inferno range and the air defense, but able to navigate that perfectly. The Queen stays alive, does not go to ability. Blimp sails in and takes out the Expo, and multi are his targets. Seems dope. Oh, yep, okay, he's got it. He's got it. Yetis were trying to wander up and fight the Clan Castle troops right there, but they are able to get their primary targets, and now we gotta see if we can keep this Queen under control and save as she goes invisible and passes some of those Clan Castles away.
That was close, but a clutch invisibility spell to keep her alive and on track. Now it's all about that down low and the invisibility spell behind, which we have not seen that often, I think, today.
And he's got the wall break to go into the Town Hall compartment, but he does end up going to ability there as the Expo keeps hammering away there, but I'm not 100% convinced that this Queen is even to go into the Town Hall compartment. He's got the minion working around the corner there, trying to get the funnel set down the line, but he may need to deploy extra troops over there to try to get the Queen to take the turn. Otherwise, he's going to have to find a different way to take the Town Hall down. So the moment of truth here, need to get the Queen to take the turn right now. Otherwise, maybe he can get her loop back later on. She is going to the left, though, and so that wall break into the Town Hall, not doing him any favors here, and it's just wasted troop space there that he'll have to find another answer for very, very soon here. As the Lalo goes on the top of the base, though, Itsu, and so he's kind of taking a risk on this Town Hall takedown right now.
Oh god, and that in the first attack, like there's no reason to take the risk. Now we have the Infernal Beams from the Town Hall on that Queen. The Royal Champ is coming in, the Trade Trap is there as well. Is the Town Hall going down quick enough though?
Yeah, Rage is used on it. The Invisibility Tower going to pop off right there, but it can't save that Town Hall takedown, and the Royal Champion, unfortunately, is going to be hit pretty hard there by that mob. The Queen lost all of her healers. She's looking to drop soon. Eagle Artillery defended up at the top of the base there with that multi-inferno, so the balloons got shut down. So every step of the way, it was just a little bit off. He's not able to keep it alive here. He'll grab what he can on percentage and at least get a little bit higher, but it's going to be an opening miss here for VN Esporting and an early opportunity for Strut to take the lead.
That's right, really good defense from them. The Invis Tower has worked great just to force some extra spells, but the crucial thing, the Queen going the wrong direction. And after that, it was ambitious to start that early with the Lalo, but he had the Royal Champion. I just wonder what would have happened if there would have been skeleton traps. I think that could have really backfired quickly. It's going to be a low percentage 2-star in the end. And Strut, they're up next, and with that defense, they could pull ahead early, but they need to do their attack first.
Absolutely. I think the Yeti bomb would have cleared the ground skellies, though, that would have potentially been around the Town Hall. So he did put the Royal Champion in the same path as where the Yetis went. So I think that she had a clear entry there to go in there and get the Town Hall down. But there was the replay of it. There's no traps there. All the traps were already triggered before then. A couple bombs were going off there, but yeah, it was almost there. You can see the frustration. You know, there's a lot of things that went wrong there. It happens, just part of the game here, and they just need to adapt and overcome. So now we got to see what's going to happen with this next one.
I mean, that perfectly showcases that even the pros sometimes cannot expect where that Queen is going. I mean, she just goes everywhere. But I think we should take a look at Strut's attack because they are up next.
Philip in for Strut. He's been very, very impressive. Loves his Electro Titan attacks here, and one of the players that can definitely utilize this recall version of the attack here. One of the strongest ways to use this attack, where we just charge the Queen into the base there and get her to form the funnel to set up the Electro Titans for later on. Way, way more efficient and more powerful than using like Lightning and a Warden Walk to set it up there like a lot of people like to use, but obviously a lot more risk involved here as he goes right into danger. Barely not going to, oh, just kidding. He does go to Queen ability at the same time that he pops at invisibility. A little bit late on that, and he does clear the funnel there. He takes out the defense that he's looking for, and he can work with this, but down a Queen ability could definitely cost him later on.
That's right, but he's triggering that Red Tower, which is clutch for the later attack, as he's just adding another healer, because remember, with the recall spell, with the Unicorn down, you can make sure that you're adding another healer with the recall capacity, but Okay, that scatter shot dealt quite some damage. But with the foul set up, he's adding the ward in, but the Queen needs to collect some hit points really quick.
All right, we got the funnel he got the funnel set all the way up to the far left there, so he should have his troops make their way forward, and it's always a little bit of roll the dice whether your healers are going to get hit by anything in the core of the base here, but he's going to prevent that by using a blimp, so he does not have to pass the Electro Titans and the healers through the Town Hall. Avoid the poison, smart way to play that, and a good way to fight these anti-2-star ring bases. But he does land that blimp in, Yetis drop out, and rage it up, freeze the defensive CC, and looks like he's got the area under control here, and he never really has to go inside of the Town Hall compartment because he can reach everything from the outside. A couple troops do go in there, but he's got a good spread of the troops right now, but he can just start to wrap around here, and as long as he can get the support from the World Champion to the backside, then he can pull out the triple here, but that back end is very, very difficult with the Monolith and the Tesla farm right there. A lot of incoming damage ahead.
That's right, but those range up healers did incredible for him, keeping all of his troops alive, and now it's all about the interaction with the skeleton spell and that Monolith with the Queen. Oh no, the Queen is getting targeted, and this might be bad news for him.
Yeah, but he's got no way to protect his Road Champion. She keeps on moving. The Beast picks up a little bit, taking ground skellies. Really, really bad time to find ground skellies right there. And maybe the Giant can give the extra cover. The other ground skellies go north into the Monolith. He's still got a lot of Titans moving. He's still got the Warden to get some damage output. And the Titans will burn up the ground skellies up there. If the Queen does go down, it's all down to the Titans here, but he's losing out on time. Time is his biggest factor here, I think, with that storage down south and only an archer chipping away at it. I don't think he has time to get through the walls and finish this.
Oh no, it looks like history repeat with the anti-2-star bases for Strut. And it looks like the first defense for VN Esporting, but the percentage is way higher for Strut.
It is, and that's going to help him out a lot here. That'll be a nice way to put them ahead and give them that little bit of advantage. But obviously, if they're able to get a star on the other side there above Strut, then that can make a big difference here. But we are effectively tied on stars, up on percentage for Strut, and so they're in a good spot here. Obviously, could be better, but it keeps the ward nice and tight here as we kick this off. But yeah, that Queen getting targeted by the Monolith right there definitely worked against him. He needed the Queen to survive a little bit longer. He had the Skeleton spell that was tanking initially, but the Skeleton spell just ran out right there before he could take it down. So if he could have just moved a little bit faster with the Queen or delayed the Skeleton spell just a little bit, then maybe there's a chance he could have pulled that through, but that's not the case here, Itsu.
That's right, it was not the case indeed, and that's the first defense for VN Esporting. But we have already said the percentage is in Strut's favor, but VN Esporting, they will go next, so let's take a look at that.
Is one of the players on this team who's making a returning back-to-back appearance in the World Championships. He played in the team that placed second place in last year's, third place in last year's World Championship, and now playing on this VN Esporting roster, which he said is a team of his friends here. So very, very important to be able to play with people that you're going to be able to click with better, you communicate better with. But the question is, can he get this to go through and give his team a way to make up for this percentage deficit? Diving in with a Queen charge into Super Dragons. No recall used this one here. So the Queen's just going to have to stay alive. And he does have a funnel to push her into the Town Hall compartment. He's got the support to get the King down. And he'll just need a freeze for that invisibility tower and a rage as he engages that Town Hall takedown. But yeah, look at this. He's got that invincibility. Is it timed right there? Yep, he's going in and he's got it under control here, too.
That's right, but that Monolith got the Town Hall might spell danger for him. Flash the Queen charges keep going forward, and he has to get that back and then done. But with the sweeper pointing into a completely different direction, he should be all right. Taking with that timing, the multi-inferno of the drain trap perfectly placed against this Queen charge, and this Queen has to handle a lot of damage now. And
Achilles taking some damage from multi-inferno here, but that's splitting the beams here from the multi-inferno to prevent some damage on the dragons, but they're under ward ability, so that doesn't really help out the healers here. Healers also potentially gonna get hit by red air bombs as he goes to the Town Hall. He's down to 1 now as the Queen steps in and will start to work on that Monolith, and it looks like he will get it down here. This Queen somehow stayed alive, but not for much longer. A lot of, was that sneaky goblins? There was a lot of goblins inside of that slammer. What was the original plan here? I'm trying, like, if that was filled with sneaky goblins, then maybe he was intended for that to take the Town Hall down. I'm not sure what he was thinking right there.
I mean, take a look at that. This queen charge was just so baited, all of the right mines as well, making sure that everything goes down. And now it's all about the backhand. Can he still turn this around, get their first 3-star? The Super Dragon going for the Eagle next. The Royal Champion is getting targeted by the Ground Expo and dropping lower and lower.
And he still has the defensive Road Champion right there that could easily stop that Road Champion who tracks right there. Warden goes to Phoenix. This one is on life support. It is not going to go through, and it's another bunch of percentage left on the board on this one. So it is a very rough start here for VN Esporting. But if our last match in the upper bracket was any testament of how a team can make a comeback, then there's always a chance here. But they need to get another defense here to make sure that they can just get ahead on stars later on and not rely on a percentage win right now, because they're heavily down on those buildings.
That's right. Their percentage is not in their favor whatsoever, but it seems like that the strategy, or like the defensive strategy switch from Strut, is really playing in their favor, because they have defended now twice with their diamond bases. And I feel like they're the first one who are really utilizing the invisibility spell tower behind that town hall really well. Because so far, those bases are not only defending, they're defending on really no percentage.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And we know that the Strut team has very, very good base builders, and that's been one of their strong suits all the way back when, before their rosters had some changes, when Astral on that team was able to win the World Championship in 2020. They were always known for their base builders, and they have a lot of the same base building team now, and they're still able to utilize that. So very interesting bases across the board here. But let's get into our next attack here, and let's see what the response looks like.
It seems like Torres is getting ready, and yes, indeed, he is the next attacker. And wait, did he just like learn a little bit from the attacks of Reported? Yeah, different approach, because he is not taking down their rage tower. He's like more that he is using the lightnings for funneling, while Reported has used the lightnings for like for the back end. And even with the Arch Tower on his healers earlier, which is never something you want to see. Oh my goodness!
Oh no! Torres loses the ward ability immediately at the start of the attack here, and there's obviously some inherent risk when you drop a ward and walk and you're dropping into some high damage like that. You gotta have the freeze and the other spells on standby, and you gotta play him a little bit more conservative than that. But he does get the ward and walk to connect to the hole that was created by the lightning, which is the alternate way to set it up there, the variation of that attack that we saw earlier with the recall. So now the question is, as he charges into an anti-2-star base, he does have the blimp, and he can secure the tower takedown with the blimp. And then the question is, can he just stay alive as he wraps around with no warden support to, I guess, protect these troops here at critical points here. And that also means no warded ability to save the blimp and ensure it delivers to the town hall takedown.
First, I think he needs to make sure that those Titans are staying on the outside. They have to go to the top side. Are they going for the spell tower, though? Yes, they're going up. The Ice Golem going in, but that is not the biggest problem.
No, definitely not here. That blimp is sailing across here, not hitting any traps. It looks like it makes it all the way to the core. It meets it with the rage right there, gets all the red air bombs cleared, and he does have the Yeti bomb pop out and get the town hall down, and gets the clan castle pull from the opposite side of the base there. And now, as long as the clan castle troops don't come up behind him, which they actually kind of are right now, the ice golem that leaked out on the left side is going to cause these defensive CC troops to go in behind him and potentially take out his healers. So that could definitely be a complication here for Rigo Torres on top of the other problems that he's already had.
Yeah, but I think since he had not to use the vulnerability for the blimp, he was fine. He's still looking alright. The queen, though.
Oh, she dies
no.
her ability. The super minion shots were already in the air, and that is just more problems for Rigo Torres here. It keeps on pushing into the defensive heroes, trying to get the percentage up here. This is a big defense by the looks of it for VN Esporting, but how high can Rigo Torres pull this back? As he just has a couple of small things to work with here, but there's a lot of base left.
That's right, everything's stacked together though, so maybe he can still make it through if, I mean, that needs to be a miracle, but the Royal Champion will at least one-shot some of those surrounding defenses. The King can still tank a little bit, so maybe that's possible?
Yeah, maybe. The King has the Phoenix still. Ground Skill is still on the Royal Champion. She's under fire from the Teslas here. Got a couple of Barbarians, Archers, and Wizards swarm to the bottom. He's got a Hog down there, but you can already see that he doesn't believe he made it, and I think that is correct there. He is going to fall short here, just not by much. It's pretty close here, but it's not quite enough there, and just a couple of things went wrong in that attack there. He tried to hold it together best he can, and he still gets it all the way up to a 96%. So they're gonna sustain their percentage advantage, but man, this feels like deja vu after that last war there between Super BLTX and early attacks. And so we're seeing that again with the big lead here, but only on percentage.
Yeah, but I feel like in the back of the heads of the Strut players has to be like last year, where they're going in kind of like as one of the favorites as well, but dropping out on the first day already. Is this going to happen again? Can they somehow recover? You see, all of the players are in the zone, really trying to concentrate on their attacks and trying to as well. I mean, that's always something really crucial, trying to cheer up your teammates, which I feel like especially us should will do with the experience. But I think we're ready for the next attack, so let's dive in.
When you need somebody to rally the team and get your head back in the game, who better than iPro? We have another Diamond-style base. It's Queen Charge, it's Hogs. He doesn't have the Twin Hog here, no Super Hogs, because he wanted the Super Wall Breakers and the Sneaky Goblins. Maybe we can get some funnels set with that. Maybe get into the base there a little bit easier. See, this open corner at the very bottom of the base here is going to prevent any chance at a wall break into that bottom corner. So the Queen is not even going to attempt to walk in that open corner. He pulls her off to the side, and then we'll push her into the Archer Tower. He could wall break the Archer Tower, and then again at the next okay, Queen, all right. Maybe he doesn't need that nice wall break here, but maybe he still wants to do it to get the Queen out of that compartment and get her over to one of the scatter shots. But we'll see how he handles it here as he does get the Kokoloon to travel forward here, keeping the healers safe. No traps found. We're better safe than sorry there as he takes that tunnel down, and now we just gotta see how he makes the transition over to one of the sides.
Yeah, and he has to be careful. There's only 2 more Super Wall Breakers, so he really needs to wait which side this Queen picks. Is it going to be to the right, left, wherever? And we have the single Inferno Tower behind those Expos as well. So where's the Queen going? She is going for the... Wait a second. Okay, just like that. She should go for the right.
It seems like it would have been fine if she went to either side, but he only has enough wall breakers to get through on the right side. So he wall breaks open the scatter shot compartment, and then he needs to get the next wall breaker, I guess, to open up access to the single Inferno. He's also going to need to cut her off and force her in. So some big support here from that right side. Maybe the King. I'm not even sure how he controls this Queen to go in there and stay safe from the single Inferno right now, but maybe she could just walk away and avoid it and get out of the range, which seems to be the case right now.
Yeah, healers are frozen up, which means he has to freeze that scatter and Expo. At this point, that's 1 rage, 1 freeze left. And to me, Eric, that's a lot of base left.
That is a lot of base here, but he goes for the next wall break, and that one is successful, so he can loop back around and go to single Inferno in a little bit. He's only sitting on 1 freeze, no Queen ability, so, I mean, if he wants to invest the freeze there, I mean, it keeps the Queen alive potentially here, and she does hit a lot of the higher damage defenses off of that right corner, and is able to make so that she can sustain here with the rage, but at this point, he's almost out of spells, and he's got ground skill. He's beating the Queen right there, which is another complication, and he's just gonna let her go. He holds the freeze right there, probably the right call here, because the healers are safe, and they can go over, and he can begin a Road Champion charge instead.
That's right, the defending king at the top side is getting handled by that poison lizard. We have the Hogs swarming that top side, but there's just so many spring traps. Now, surprisingly, we see the slammer of the top side as well.
Just gonna keep the Queen, or the Road Champion, under control here, but the single Inferno locks onto her. She okay! She barely even gets her shield off there as it goes full beam on her, throws the shield, and he's not gonna have what he needs to be able to pull off the triple in this one. And I mean, at this point, the percentage is so low that they just needed triples here. So as long as they get 2 stars, they're in the same spot roughly. It doesn't really change the landscape of the war that much. But once again, it's going to be up to Strut to be able to separate themselves on stars and take full advantage of this, as this one is not going through for iPro.
I feel like every attack so far has not gone in their way with multiple times. They have like sneaky goblins inside their clan castles, inside their siege machines, but every single time the queen went for the town hall, which was never really what she was supposed to do. So things are just not going in their favor. But at the same time, Strut is not really capitalizing on the mistakes of Esporting just yet, except having that percentage lead. So now it's up to them to finally get the star lead. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Strut has been leaning on those Electro Titans to start here. We have seen in the past where they had leaned on the Electro Titans a lot there, and knowing that information, knowing that they can be a little bit predictable, maybe the bases are just prepared for VN Esporting, and they're able to hold them back here so far, but let's see if they can do it again as we go into the next attack.
For the next attack, indeed, with Mask getting ready. We have another queen. No, we have not another queen judge. We have another Titan attack, and it really seems like that they have, I don't know, take a lesson from Reported with what they're doing in the last. Ooh. Okay. Whenever you leave that monolith alive with bitter hearts around, I am getting kind of scared. But he was able to manage this monolith going down. And now the question is, can he set up the funnel? Because there's some Tesla. Yeah,
Tesla's are going to cost him time more than anything here, but he only deploys 3 of the healers here. Holds a couple on standby, so we can deploy them directly onto the Electro Titans. But one of the biggest advantages of using a Warden walk here is the Warden will automatically follow 20 troop space or more. And so as soon as he starts to deploy other troops there, after he connects the Warden to the area that was removed by the lightning, then the Warden will just naturally follow. And so there's not really a major risk on your funnel not being set here, and that way you can control the troops' path into the base here. But let's Titans quickly make their way forward here into the Clan Castle troops. It's Ice Golems, Rage Tower on defense, and he can pop the Ward ability if he wants to protect his Blimp, but honestly not really necessary right here, as the Blimp is going to arrive to his target one way or another there, even with the Ice Golems freezing it along the path. It looks like he's dropping out a Yeti Bomb to take that Town Hall down, and it is successful.
I really like that he delayed the Warden ability. Seeing, okay, there is no Black Mines, I'm safe to go, just using that Warden ability later on. And that's exactly what he did here. One Titan going to the middle. Is the Queen following? That's the question. Jefffer inside the middle of the base will be quite beneficial with the Warden ability still not used right now as I'm saying that.
Yeah, he's got some good protection right there. The Queen will be on the inside. The King is kind of slow on the outside. I feel like he would pop his King ability to get him to surge forward a little bit quicker here and help get the defensive King down, but he just lets him coast along there. Not going to burn that ability just yet, and just burning freezes to support that defensive King takedown. But the healers are trying to figure out where they need to go right now. They go to the Titans, leave the Queen a little bit surrounded there. She still has her ability. She'll pop it in just a moment. No, the healers switch back and give him a little bit more time, and so he takes advantage of that, and the Queen moves into a more optimal position, steps in and takes the Bolt Inferno down, pops her ability to get the Expo, and scatter shot? Yes, indeed, and she's still alive and keeps on moving. This was looking really good here for Mask.
This is looking like the first triple for Strut of this match, actually, with the defending Royal Champion going down. There's no key defenses left, and the Titans, the Barbarians, the heroes are just swarming the backhand. What a great attack. What a really, really smart play with that Warden ability.
Very, very nice. Just a delay there. No point in wasting resources if you are paying attention close enough, and you can make sure that you only use it if you absolutely need it. And he was able to just hold it together there, and with the pressure on, he gets his team into a guaranteed lead as they pass it back over to VN Esporting. And I mean, I guess we just got to see if they can get some triples, because now if the pressure wasn't high for them already, now they need to not just overcome the stars, but they need to get the percentage as well, which means they'll probably need stars to make up for it.
Yeah, I feel like this has to be the highest percentage lead which we have seen over the entirety of this day. And remember, this is an elimination match. Whoever is going to lose this match is out of this competition, and there's no chance anymore for this first seed.
Yeah, very, very nervous position here for VN Esporting, and a lot of pressure on their last couple of attackers to be able to pull this war back and give them a chance, because elimination is on the line here, and so you have to pull through on this one here. But let's get ready to send it off to our next attack here, and VN Esporting will fight for their life here.
in with Lalo, some Dragon Riders, and it looks to be a Skeleton Donor to take down the Clan Castle early on. That's exactly what's happening. He's going for the Clan Castle, for the Expo, and for the Inferno Tower. No, not... Yes, for the Inferno Tower as well. So 3 buildings right there. And so far, those invisibility spells, oh boy, they're just perfect.
That was absolutely perfect right there. And if you get the sweeper out of as well, that would be icing on the cake there. But the Rage Tower activates, and the Multi-Inferno quickly clears the Skellies out. So a good amount of value right there. You definitely worked with that. Funnel formed with a couple of balloons, taking out the exterior buildings. The goblins being used to clear some collectors. One Tesla pop there, so we need to be mindful of more. When we see one Tesla, we often see a whole bunch of them in that area there, but he does go ahead and react. He gets a couple giants down and a wizard, and he's able to get under control. Did he also get the king under control? Doesn't look like he's going to worry about that, but one of the biggest things that he needs to have happen here is the queen needs to reach the town hall with her ability intact, so she can pop her ability and take it down. So I'm a little bit concerned with the king standing right there with the model behind it. It's a very, very difficult position to get the queen protected, and she just goes invisible and gives herself a little bit more time, but she can pop her ability just a moment here. As long as she doesn't switch over to the king, he should be good there. She locks on, pops her ability, take it before switching, and town hall's down, and his entry is successful.
I mean, this Royal Champ is just getting so much value. Yes, the king went to the outside, but the Royal Champ is going to get that scatter, especially with the support of that Slammer. And now the Lalo King has started at the bottom side. Eagle first. There's a sweeper left, but as soon as he's able to get the vulnerability over that Rage Tower area, I think he's looking really good.
Yeah, he's just got to get the defensive Royal Champion under control. Here comes a swarm of headhunters in from the bottom side. There we got 4 of them deployed directly into the Royal Champion while she's on the edge of the base there. Slammer doing good work. Ward ability is protecting a little bit, but not against the things that were, I mean, it was all the defenses that were getting protected weren't getting hit at that time, so he'll just use freezes to make up for it as he comes out of it, and there's a nice spot to freeze right there into the Multi-Inferno, and he'll just freeze it a couple times here, probably another time here to try to keep that alive. If he gets through that area and has enough troops survive, there is a chance he can pull through.
That's right, still a couple of cleanup troops left, but that Slayer opening is going to unleash even more troops into the back end. What is in there? It is more loons, another Dragon Rider to push through this top side. Monolith being the biggest key defense to take care of at this point. The air defense at the top side has to be considered as well, though. Oh, and we have one of the best air defenses troops in the game. The King, even though he's already quite low on hit points.
Yeah, maybe he can stop it up here because time is becoming a very critical factor. 30 seconds and not a lot of force moving right now, and the air defense still stands ahead, so he's probably going to lose at least one Dragon Rider. We got to see what the trap situation is up at the top of the base here, because if he runs into any black air bombs, that could stop him up. There's one on the higher HP Dragon Rider, but he takes the other one down, and time ticking away here, and with the percentage deficit that they're holding right now, they needed a triple here, because even with a high percentage attack here, the chances to be able to take it on percentage in the end is very, very unlikely. So not the best situation here for VN Esports. They're very, very close to facing elimination right now. They need kind of a miracle right now to get this back.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, they're using ring bases, right? So there's the chance of some mess up, a good tornado trap, messing up a blimp, which Strut has liked to use. So there are options, but it's not really in their hands anymore. At least that's how it feels like. This attack, opening-wise, went perfectly. I feel like the warden ability was a little bit forced. It felt like it was only for this Royal Champion and protecting the Headhunters. I'm not really sure if there was anything else going on, but otherwise, the attack looked great. It's just not that enough in the end, but Strut is up next.
Yeah, I mean, you had so many Headhunters that he didn't really need to pop the ward ability there. He could have done it a different way. But, I mean, it's all hindsight's 2020. But, guys, let's pass it back over to Strut. Let's see what they've got on the back half of this war.
They are getting ready. They are in again, and Darkstar is the next player. Yes, quite a few of different troops cooked up. There goes the blimp, just right between those key defenses. It's going to be just a regular super wizard blimp. I'd love to see those because they're getting so rare nowadays. They're already getting quite a few defenses out. Wait,
they're alive.
They're alive. There was only one giant bomb. There goes the small bomb. But he has gotten most of the value.
He did. And he would have been able to reach that Multi-Inferno over the wall regardless. So, like, he got all the targets that he would have intended to go after. He got the Clan Castle partially pulled here. I'm seeing a couple of archers, and I see an ice golem, but I feel like there's going to be more ice golems in there that he just didn't get drawn out. That's the downside of dying to traps, because then you don't come out of the invisibility and actually draw the rest of the clan castle troops out. You want those super wizards to stay alive until the invisibility wears off, and then they linger for just a moment and get the full clan castle pull. So now he's just have to fight it while he's under fire of the defense as his heroes make their way forward here and try to set up this Lalo.
Using the regular wall breakers, haven't seen those too often recently. It's always a little bit tricky, especially versus multi-front towers, but he is making that work with getting a lot of value with his heroes. The King still walking around this far left side.
Yeah, the King was able to get the defensive road champion before he wandered off over there because the RC pad was touching the wall right there. And so now we see those ice golems popping out here. We knew they were coming, and here they are to tie up this Queen here and prevent her from making it forward here. Can she get through the wall maybe and get the multi? No, she's gonna get overwhelmed right there. There's way too much damage, and he just has to rely on the Lalo to get the potential 2-star lead here and just really solidify this war.
That's right, the Grenade Trap in between two air defenses, which I'm quite surprised about because that one is easy triggered for Darkstar. Town Hall should go down shortly after, but the Warden ability is running out, so that a lot of loons are going down. At the same time, there's quite a few loons left at the top side.
Yeah, there was. There was a lot of them that just avoided the Town Hall, so the ones that went there were basically sacrificial. They weren't going to get much after that anyways. They're going to sit in the poison. They were going to go down. That's not a big deal here, but he's got the road champion still on standby for the backside, and because that defensive road champion was removed, she can move through here. The only thing that can really stall her up here is going to be ground skellies, but that area is very, very dense. He's burning the freezes on it and taking advantage of that dense area and get maximal freeze value. There's ground skellies, though. And it would be nice if he had some support right there from the Warden or the Electric Owl, but they're distracted by the King up top there in the storage. But the RC is going to pop her ability and will hit that multi. Got to power through. Like, he's really, really close right now, but I'm not 100% convinced that he has it yet.
Oh no, that multi-front tower. Are there any more ground skeletons? There are some giant bombs.
Oh!
Champion, no!
Nope. No, he does not make it through. The Multi-Inferno stays standing, and that is the lifeline that VN Esporting needed. They still need a miracle. It's still very, very high percentage, and Strut still controls this war, but it does give VN Esporting a chance at a comeback now.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that, both teams did quite well in their upper bracket matches. But this match, we have not seen that many 3-stars from either of those teams, so maybe it's really the nerves kicking in for those teams since. Quick reminder, we're in an elimination match. Whoever's going to lose this is dropping out of this competition. So I would say there's quite a bit on the line.
There is definitely a lot on the line here. So just got to hold your nerve here for just a little bit longer here. Don't make any major mistakes if you're on Strut's side here, but you're going to have to get a triple if you are on VN Esporting side here. So it all comes down to this final exchange. Let's get into VN Esporting's next attack.
There we go, we have the Super Barbarians, but it's going to be with a clone and probably a Super Minion blimp. That would be what I would expect here. Going for that Rage Tower area and making sure that he's able to take down quite a few defenses. Where exactly is this supposed to be landing? We have the blimp flying. There goes the sweeper, but he's landing early. But the Super Minions are getting pushed back quite a bit.
Yeah, they're okay, though. He gets the Clone after he gets them back under control here. The invisibility is placed well, so he's able to cover them even though they moved a little bit, but he shifts that invisibility to make sure that the Monolith is not covered, and then they are able to target it and take it down. They get all of the immediate threats out of the area there, and then they can keep on firing away. One more shot at the defensive Grand Warden, takes him down, grabs out the Eagle Artillery. That was some really, really solid value here. He'll still have to fight the Clan Castle troops because he can't pull it all out there with the air troops, but there was that he pulled there. They went up and the heroes were able to fight it. I didn't see much though, so we'll see what he has moving forward here to meet as a resistance in the Town Hall area, but everything looking very, very good here so far.
That's right, everything looks quite solid for this opening. We have the Queen taking down the defending Royal Champion as she's jumping over that wall. But wait a second, I think that Kim was supposed to take down the Expo, which the Super Barbarians have to do now with the Golemites charging in there as well. this Queen is then all the way up to that Town Hall, or at least in the direction, because he still needs to funnel her in.
Yeah, definitely gonna take a lot of extra damage there from that multi-inferno and the Expo especially there, just chipping away at his king there. Whittling down his life pool. Baby Dragon down to the right-hand corner. We'll start to work on the Wizard Tower. A couple Barbarians over there as well. And now we'll make his final approach to the Town Hall here. Port of Freeze, his Town Hall is already activated on percentage. And the Lava Pups here hold him up here. And that's what we were talking about earlier about getting the Clan Castle pull. This to the downside of the Super Minion Bomb. So you don't get it early to fight it off in safety. You have to fight it while you're under heavy fire. And he's got, luckily, that's the advantage of Super Minion Bomb, though, is you get a lot of extra spells there to be able to support, to actually take that area down and give what you need to overcome the significantly less value that the Super Minions can get compared to Super Archers. But so far, he's still meeting some heavy resistance to the backside. He's got a Queen ability, lost his Road Champion already. He's kind of in a rough spot here, Itsu.
Yes, that's right. There goes another freeze, but his heroes are down by now. The Super Barbarians are not going to make that big of a difference. And this is going to be another defense. Strut's defenses were incredible over this match. And this is, well, overall, only 10 stars.
Yeah, it's a very, very defensive war here for Strut, and we talked about it at the start there. They've been known for their base building for ages. A team does not just win it on offense. You have a whole team behind them that is helping them prepare and build bases, and the very, very important decisions for the bases they decide to run against Esporting ultimately pay off in this one here as they hold them to a complete defensive shutout here, and that is very likely elimination here unless something just absolutely horrible goes around with this next attack here. But then you never know, because they have been running a lot of anti-2-star bases, and so anything could still happen here, and this is still up for grabs. Just a little bit unlikely that they're able to pull through.
And especially now the question is, do they maybe change up the plan? Because then you just need to go for a safe attack in general. And I think Super Dragons have done the job quite well in the past for a lot of teams. Are they going to change anything? Are they going to stick with their strategy? That is for sure the big question with like going into the next attack. But since we're kind of like waiting a little bit, I think I would like to give a quick shout as well to Sir Iron, because we talked about the bases and he's one of those key base builders. But with that being said, let's dive into the attack.
Closing the war will be the team captain, asked a former world champion himself when he was on alternate attacks in 2020. It'll be his job to make sure this anti-2-star base does not trip him up, and he's able to lock in the win here. Just need to play it safe here. Don't take any major risks. A lot of lightning being used on the opposite side of the Town Hall, so that doesn't really help the Town Hall takedown directly here, unless he's going to be breaking his way out to the right here. But either way, no matter how you play it, these bases are always just having an inherent risk, because if anything goes wrong, you miss the funnel, and a lot of troops veer off, especially with the fact that he used the Flame Flinger nice and early. That means he is not going to have a backup of a different siege machine to go in there and take the Town Hall down. So this is always making me a little bit nervous here, but we'll see if he can hold it together for just a little bit longer and keep his team alive in this lower bracket.
Needs to make sure that all of those troops are going towards their Town Hall. The funnel is set up perfectly so far. The Loons are going in, triggering possible air traps to keep those healers safe. The King is going already into the right direction, but the troops have to follow. The Town Hall has to go down. But there's a second range tower ready to go off.
Got the defensive CC come and out right now, but he steps his way in. Just need to secure the Town Hall takedown. He's got it. He's got it under control right there. He does get the funnel perfect into the core of the base there. And there's 50%. Strut takes down Esporting in this lower bracket, and they're going to survive into day 2. And unfortunately, Esporting will be the first team out of the competition. And a very unfortunate scenario for them. But the defenses for Strut were way too strong for them to handle. And this one's not done yet, Itsu.
It is not indeed. With Queen, with the Royal Champion alive, and with their abilities, and with another Titan and a Yeti reinforcing those outside buildings, or like the troops, this is looking like another 3-star for Strut. Us, the team captain, getting his team into the next round. And that is going to be another match then in the lower bracket tomorrow. But for this one, they stayed alive. They did not drop out first. And I think that is looking like an incredible 3-star right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a moment of relief right there as he finishes the base off, locks in the win, and just as it was style there, get his team all the way up to 12 stars right there. But there we go, our winner is official. Strut locks it in. Congratulations, guys. That was a trudge down here in the lower bracket, but they hold strong to the end, and in the end, they're able to stay alive and play another day.
That's right, stay alive. That was everything for those two teams. Make sure that you're staying in this competition, because there's always this lower bracket run miracle possible, which I feel like happens quite often. So never underestimate that power of teams who are dropping down early and still coming back, and especially it's a team like Strut. If you're in the higher bracket, I think you don't want to get matched versus this team, but let's hear from them a little bit better. Let's go to the stage.
Fantastic job. A little bit of a nervous start. Could have gone anybody's way, but you managed to clutch it up, get those 3 stars. What was it about the Electro Titans in this war that you felt a lot more comfortable with?
Yeah, I think it's just